can't believe it. I was here for the last time when I was maybe 6 or 7 years old. We're about to see the most interesting parts of the museum. Good morning here from Echternach, which is not only Luxembourg's oldest town, but which is also the town where I grew up, where I spent most of my youth and went to high school and everything. And today I want to show you what makes this tiny sleepy town, but so pretty, so special, and why it was one of the most important towns in Luxembourg, if not in Europe, in the early Middle Ages. So what we are seeing here is the former Orangerie, and they still call it the Orangerie until this day. And can you believe that this is part of the high school? What a blessing to have gone to a school like this. The monks used to use this part of the Abbey to plant exotic fruits, even oranges, and that's where its name comes from, Orangerie. And from here we have a fantastic view on the Basilica, which is the main church of the Abbey. How pretty!
Echternach owes its very existence to one man, Saint Willibrord, an English monk who studied in Ireland, eventually made his way to what is today Luxembourg. In 698, a Frankish, today Germany, noblewoman and abbess named Irmina gave him land on the banks of the river Sauer, and that's where he founded his abbey.
These walls hold so much history, not only because of the monks that came here to study and to copy the Bible, and all of these manuscripts that were created here would be spread all over Europe. No, it's more also on a very personal level. My grandfather, he went to school here until he had to quit because the Nazis would invade Luxembourg, and that's when he co-founded the Luxembourgish resistance movement. Then my mother, she would be a teacher here, and then I went to school here. Coming here is just, for everyone who travels a lot, coming back home is something. Even being able to come home is something special. It's a privilege. But coming back to a place where 3 generations have gathered on a personal level, it does something to you. And this is a place I've been wanting to visit for ages, which is the museum about the Abbey, where you can learn about all the copies that have been created manually here in Echternach. All of these were found in 1945 after the Second World War under the Basilica, and they date back to the Roman times. Wow, so this is really, really special because this comes by the end of the 7th century from northern England, and it traveled with Willibrord all the way to Luxembourg. I can't believe it. I was here for the last time when I was maybe 6 or 7 years old. So I'm inside the Scriptorium, which is the place where the monks would write the first copies of the Bible. And the first monks were from UK, so they would write it in their own language here in Luxembourg. So someone who was fascinated about culture, cultural exchange, interculture. This is just going straight to the heart. He probably was a very good painter. As you can see by the dress, this person was not a monk. This one was, and he's probably doing the writing, and this one doing the painting. And here, later on for the beautiful edition, this is something we are going to see again inside the church, because this is the very typical style of Echternach. So this is beautiful actually, and it's a larger copy of what was created here by the monks and painted. Here we have the smaller version of it. How beautiful is this? Love it. So we are approaching one of the most precious books that was ever published and created here. Can you believe this? Look at this. The original is in Nuremberg in Germany, but can you see this? Wow. It was realized around the year 800, 900, and it stayed within the Abbey until the 1800s, when the monks had to flee the soldiers from the French Revolution. They took it with them, and when they fled to Germany, they had to sell it, I guess. It has little hearts. I'm just seeing the book cover has little hearts. I'm touched by little hearts. So beautiful. Let me show you the little hearts. Can you see them? Can you spot them? The hearts. Habibti. My lovey. Yeah, the entire Basilica for me, it's special. It's a place of reflection. It's a place of knowledge. It's a place that just came to happen because someone from the UK decided to travel to Ireland to get trained, then travel away to the Netherlands, travel twice to Rome, and then come here to Echternach and decided to found his monastery here. So all of this just happened because someone was brave enough and someone didn't take borders for granted. Someone didn't believe in borders. Someone was motivated by a faith, by a vision. And I think that's just incredibly, incredibly inspiring. This little fountain is where my sister got baptized. So this is the inner part of the courtyard, and you need to imagine the monks, they would be walking all around here and praying. But today this has been converted into the place where the students have their lunch and maybe even dinners. How lucky are they? This is the menu for today, and Friday is Fries Day. But can you imagine having food in this beautiful setting? I mean, I walked here a couple of times but never had food here. I would always eat at my parents', and my goodness, how lucky and how blessed were we to study in such ancient walls. And now learning about the history and everything that goes along with it, my heart feels really full. It's a little bit like a full circuit moment where you witness that you become part of something larger. But honestly, I had to leave this place for a long time and come back in order to realize that. Oh my goodness, this is almost a royal view. Can you believe it? Absolutely stunning. What the manager of the museum was telling is that, okay, now this looks like a little bit more off-part place of Luxembourg, off the beaten track. But before, they used to pass a road all over here, all the way until the river Sauer, which marks the border to Germany, because there would be actually trucks that would cross this courtyard and cross the river Sauer because it was on the lower part. How exceptional is that? I had no idea about it. You keep learning as long as you are willing to step outside your yalla.
There's a difference between looking at something and actually understanding it. You can walk through a museum, read the labels, take in the visuals, and still only scratch the surface. But when you find someone who knows the stories behind the stories, everything changes. Details you'd never find in a guidebook, the context that makes history suddenly feel alive and personal. That's what a knowledgeable guide gives you.
I just love history. I love history. And I love how everything is now coming together. That there was this spontaneous connection with the person showing me the inner courtyard of the high school. And now this person explaining me everything, because I was here, but I didn't know all of this background. So it's so nice to have a guide and someone who has this knowledge. So always go for a guide in your local places. Yalla.
Every year on Whit Tuesday, something truly unique happens in Echternach. Thousands of people take to the streets for the dancing procession, the last traditional hopping procession in all of Europe, and now listed on UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage list. Pilgrims and visitors from Luxembourg, Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, and beyond move through the town, hopping to the rhythm of a very joyful march melody. It's been happening here for centuries in honor of Saint Willibrord, and it draws 10,000 people every single year.
This is a scene from the Gospel on Whit Sunday when the Holy Spirit will come down. You see it here with the little things coming down, the Holy Spirit coming down. And here below, and that's the interesting part, you can see the feet of these people who are put in a little bit of an odd way. And this could be a reference to the first dancing processions, which dates back to the early Middle Ages and always happens on Whit Tuesday, so 2 days after Whit Sunday. So Is this one of the first indications of the dancing procession of Echternach, which is one of the only ones remaining in the world? I cannot leave without showing you this. I had no idea this is here. Oh my goodness. So, these are the remnants, the graves of 2 monks dating back. All of this dates back to the 700. And from what we can see, this is a huge person. This was a huge person. He has a little bit of a scoliosis, which you can see here, the scoliosis. Here it is the same. Both of them are about 2 meters tall, both with a scoliosis. And what I've just been told is that they think that these 2 people, they were among the original first monks that arrived with Willibrord here to Echternach and who started copying the gospel with him, and that's why they have this scoliosis. I must say, seeing this different part of and learning so much about the city where I grew up and where I spent my high school years, it has been deeply awe-inspiring. It humbles me that these people, with the little that they have, they crossed borders and they had a vision and just did everything to implement it, no matter what the obstacle was. I hope one day you will make your way to Echternach and join us for the dancing procession every year on Whit Tuesday. It's beautiful. It's really the spirit of connecting people from all over. Everyone is welcome to participate, so yeah, see you there, dancing through the medieval streets of Echternach, Luxembourg's oldest town.